All right, so in this video, I want us to take a look at yet another fundamental data type in Python called Booleans. And what Booleans help us to do is to be able to evaluate or know whether an expression evaluates to true or false. And so Booleans are data types that can store just two values, true or false. They might not appear too interesting to you now, but they are the data types that makes it possible for us to use some other operators known as comparison operators, which we will take a look at in this video. So let's say I want to create a variable that stores whether somebody is old. Well, I can say it's old. And by the way, I am not calling it is old just for fun. It is conventionally good to begin a variable that holds a boolean with is, because as we progress in this video, you realize that if you use is as the start for a variable that stores a boolean, it makes your code read better. For now, you might not see it, but I just want you to have it at the back of your mind. So if I say is old is equal to true and I print is old, it doesn't sound too interesting here because the Boolean data type can store just two values, either true or false. So if I print this, I'm going to run this. So I'll say Python 3 booleans.py. It just print out true, and you'll be asking yourself, so what is it? What do I achieve? Well, let me show you the next value that it can take, which is also false. And remember that the true and false are spelled with beginning the beginning characters being capital. So if I do this, it is correct, but if I do false, Python doesn't know that. So you want to remember that also. If I run this, we'll still get a very boring output which says false. So, well, I mean, what does this do for us? What does it help us to achieve? Well, in upcoming videos, we will learn about control statements, and you will see that they are made possible because of the existence of the Boolean data type. But even before that, the Boolean data types makes it possible for us to use comparison operators. For example, what happens when we want to check if two variables contain the same values or two numbers are equal? What if we want to know if one number is greater than the other or less than the other or greater or equal to or less or equal to? Well, it is Booleans that makes these operators possible. So let's take a look at those operators. So I'm going to use print statement throughout to teach you these operators, but we will see them in a more advanced forms as we progress in this course. So if I say 2 equals 4, note the use of the double equal to here. Now in Python and in most programming languages, when you want to assign a value to a variable, you use one equal sign. But if you want to check for equality, you want to check whether what is on the left is equal to what is on the right, then you use two equal signs. So one equal sign is for assignment. So if it is one equal sign, the operator is called the assignment operator. If it is two equal signs, then it is called the equality check operator. So over here, we are checking, is 2 equal to 4? It is false. 2 is never equal to 4. So Python will be able to tell us whether this is true or false. So I'm going to run this, and it says false because, of course, 2 is not equal to 4. Okay, so how do we check not equal to? Well, I can say print, let's say 0 is not equal to 6. Okay, and of course it is true, 0 is not equal to 6, and the not is the exclamation character on your keyboard. We use it to negate the equal sign. So if I run this, I can see that indeed, yes, 0 is not equal to 6. Okay, so what happens if I change this to 0 is not equal to 0? That becomes false, right? Because 0 is not equal to 0 is false, because 0 is equal to 0. Okay, so I'll run this, And you can see that yes, it's false for the third statement because 0 is not equal to 0, it's false, right? Okay, let's see something. I'll say print, let's say 2 is greater than 1. Is it true that 2 is greater than 1? Well, that is true. Let's see what Python thinks. Yes, it says true. That is for this one here because 2 is greater than 1. Okay, let's say print 10 is less than 19. Is it true that 10 is less than 19? Well, that is also true because 10 is less than 19. What if you want to check for less or equal to? Python also has an operator for that. So if I want to say, I want to check if 15 is greater or equal to 14. What do you think of this? Is 15 greater or equal to 14? Well, 15 is greater than 14. So let's see what we get. So 15 is greater or equal to 14. How about 15 is greater or equal to 15? Let's see that. So 15 is greater or equal to 15. Well, that is true because 15 is greater or equal to 15. What if I want to check less or equal to? Then you negate this, you make it the less than. So is 15 less or equal to 15? Yes, 15 is not less than 15, but it is equal to 15. So let's see what happens with this statement also. So yeah, that is true. So you might not find this very exciting because there isn't much we can do with Booleans at this stage. But as we progress in this course, especially when we start learning about control statements, you understand that control statements are made possible, especially the if then else statements are made possible because of the existence of these Boolean data types. And that is when you begin to appreciate them the most. But now at least we have been able to learn about the different comparison operators that exist in Python. So thank you very much for watching this, and I will see you in the next video.